Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome along to the channel, everyone. It's a match preview this evening. Leeds United face Plymouth Argyle at Elland Road. It happens on Saturday the 2nd of November. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff, so a traditional Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff for Leeds this time round after their 0-0 draw with with Bristol City at Ashton Gate. Leeds United are back at home on home turf, on home soil, looking for another win to get back to winning ways. So let's look at this one in this video. So let's look at the team news first and foremost. So Daniel Farke had his press conference. I think it was yesterday as of recording. It was, of course, his 48th birthday. Excuse me, on Wednesday, wasn't it? So belated happy birthday to the boss. I haven't been on since, so I had belated happy birthday. Hope he had a good one. And he had his press conference and a bit of team news. Dan James is injured, so his return didn't last too long. Hopefully, it won't be. It's all these injuries thought to be not too serious. So Dan James, we've got Joffy Gelhardt, and also we have Patrick Bamford on the injury table again. I mean, those two players, you think, are they really? Are they really still playing for Leeds? Of course they are. But both have played a very minuscule amount of minutes in this season so far. Both are on the injury table now. Dan James is a little bit of a blow because obviously he started the game at Bristol last Saturday. And it's looking now like probably we might have to go with Manor Solomon from the start. And for me, he doesn't really look fit at the moment. So, but given that team news, I would line up something like this. Also, a side note is that Max Vober is back in team training, but Daniel Farke will not rush him back to match day situations. So that in mind, I would line up something like this tomorrow. Melier in goal. Obviously, Firpo is back, and Jaden Bogle is suspended. Picked up his fifth booking of the season in last week's draw. So he's missing. So I think he'll go with this. Melier in goal. Firpo will be back at left back. I think he'll put Byram, unfortunately, in at right back. There'll be Roden and Strauch. In the middle, Tanaka and Rothwell. On the wings, I think will be Solomon and Nonto. Aronson will be in the 10, and I think Perot will probably start up front. Otherwise, I would prefer Joseph myself, but I think that's probably what Mr. Daniel Farke is going to go with tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then at 3 p.m. is kickoff, of course. So yeah, but I mean that's what I think. Let me know in the comments what you think the team will look like tomorrow. But let's dive into Plymouth. Of course, I'd like to do a little bit more focus on the opposition for these previews. So Plymouth then, obviously managed by the old enemy Wayne Rooney, disliked a lot by Leeds fans because, of course, of his association with them lot over there, isn't it? Of course. Hopefully it will go as well for us as it did on his last trip as a manager to Elland Road, which was, of course, New Year's Day this year. His Birmingham City side came to Elland Road and got absolutely hammered 3-0, comfortable as you like. Even Patrick Bamford got on the score sheet that day. So another day like that for Wayne would be absolutely lovely, wouldn't it? Rooney obviously not the best of records as a manager. Did all right in America, I guess, but that's a different kettle of fish, a different level altogether. So, yeah, he seems to have struggled, obviously, in the Championship, now at Plymouth. Excuse me. And from their first 12 games, they have returned 12 points. They're sitting in 21st place, which was where they finished last season, a point adrift of the relegation zone last season. They are the same again this season, albeit only 12 games into the season. And off their last 5 games, they have only won one. Lost three and drawn one, which would have probably been a defeat last time out, but they did come back from 3-0 down at home to Plymouth, at home to Preston North End, and to draw the game at three apiece. So that was a good point for Rooney. I did sort of think, oh no, don't sack him yet, So I was kind of happy that they did get a draw actually in the end because I thought, oh, save it for Elland Road on Saturday. But I don't think he'll get sacked anyway, regardless of the result. To be fair, not just yet. But yeah, I think Plymouth, obviously one of the weaker sides in the division. I think these next three games, we've got Millwall in the week on Wednesday away in London, of course, and then we've got QPR at home next Saturday. Those three games, it's got to be 9 points for me. You have to return 9 points. I think tomorrow you have to go out with a good performance, a few goals, maybe even though we'd all take a 1-0 win. I think you have to go out and put them to bed quite quickly. This is what I'd like to see. Put them to bed quickly, and then you can kind of relax, kind of tamper with the squad a little bit if you want to, Daniel, but get the job done early and put them to bed. Because I think at Elland Road there is a certain magic about Leeds. All right, we didn't manage to break down Bristol last weekend, but I think Plymouth will probably come with the same sort of style. Sit back, try and hit us on the counter if they can. But we've got the quality at Elland Road, especially to really pick them apart if we pick the right passes at key moments and this sort of thing. I do believe we will do that. But as for Plymouth, they are missing a couple of key players. The skipper Edwards, the left back, he is going to be out for this one. I think he's missing for the rest of the season. So that is a big miss for Plymouth. Also, there is, of course, Darko JB, who is on loan from ourselves. He's not in the squad for this one. And also the man Sissoko, who has made a little bit of a difference on loan. I think he's from Toulouse, on loan from Toulouse in France. He made a little bit of a difference. I think he's missing also. I think he either completes or starts a free match suspension. I'm not sure which one of the two it is, but he's missing from this game tomorrow at Elland Road. So that's, they still have one or two areas where they can hurt, as if they can get the ball up into the final third. Michael Obafemi on his day can cause issues. Of course, there's Morgan Whittaker, who will, no doubt, again, if they can get the ball to him. I mean, he was a bit of a ghost in all four games in the end that we ended up playing against Plymouth last season. He didn't do much at all, but I think if you give him the ball, he can do sort of magic things with it. So obviously we've got to marshal him out the game. I think potentially if you marshal him out the game, then you win the game. Obviously, you probably try and we've got enough quality to win the game anyway. But I think if you keep him quiet, they've not got that much of an outlook really, other than the odd one or two I mentioned there. And Hardy, isn't it? He's a bit of a menace on his day, but again, we've got the quality to beat this team. Like I said, if you look at the last five games, they've only one win that came against Blackburn Rovers at Home Park. They haven't won away from home yet in their six away games, and five of them have been defeats. The only point they have on the road this season is a 1-1 draw in London with QPR in August. So it's not looking good for them. No wins in five away games. Have all been defeats. Hopefully that will be six come tomorrow at 5 p.m. So fingers crossed, I believe it will be. Elland Road will be packed. I just hope that Leeds don't be so lethargic and don't be. This is the thing I have with Leeds at the moment is don't be don't be complacent and expect that you've won the game and mess around with the ball for 80 minutes and then it's 0-0 or whatever and then think, hey, we've got 10 minutes to win the game. Get the job done early, Leeds, and then start to rotate if needs be. But yeah, we've definitely got more than enough to win this game, obviously. If you look at the form guard, Plymouth have not won at Elland Road since 1962. Last season, of course, it was a 2-1 win in the league, wasn't it? again, I think Leeds made a little bit of hard work of this one. It was nearly a year to the day. Actually, it was sort of early mid November that we played them at Elland Road. Of course, it is early November. We will be playing them this time round at Elland Road. Obviously, it was the first of four games with Plymouth. The other one at Elland Road was a 1-1 draw in the FA Cup. Leeds again were quite complacent and sloppy in this game. Probably should have won this match, but it ended up being a 1-1 draw. The two away games, um, it was a big win in the cup replay, wasn't it? I think it was five. Was it 5-1 or 5-2? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a big win, wasn't it, at home park in the cup in that replay. And then we went to them. I think it was February time maybe, and won 2-0. It was again, I think away from home at home park it is quite a bit of a different proposition to away from home. But again, we got a goal early through Nonto in that match, and we won it comfortably in the end. I think Ruter got the second one, didn't he? So yeah, look, a win is a win. Hopefully, we can get it tomorrow. I believe we will. Let me know in the comments there below how you see this one going. But yeah, I think Plymouth. It's a banker, really. It has to be a banker for Leeds. This one, it really, really does. Um, yeah, it just has to be. But there you go. Let's wait and see. Obviously, like I said, I hope Wayne has a poor day. He'll get some jip from the crowd. Of course, he will. He will expect that. He'll be hoping to quiet them. I don't think he'll be able to with his Plymouth side, but you never do know. But here's the 3 points, Leeds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments there below. Thank you very much for watching. March on together, and I will see you in the next one.